we get this show started, remember, moderators, no blocking nobody in our chat, okay? We all grown. We can say the hell we want to say up over here. If they don't like it, hell out, okay? And if you new over here, in order to talk on shit, unfortunately, you gonna have to subscribe, whiner or a hater. You gonna pay me to hate, okay? And if they ask you, what y'all doing over here around here? Tell them everything's allegedly. Even my days allegedly. And y'all ready to be hitting the motherfucking wine glass, okay? Y'all supposed to be drinking for me. I can't drink, first of all, till I get my own wine bottle up in here, okay? So they about to ship them wine bottles out. Y'all better be on islayawine.com or go to itsTashaK.com. 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 Go to the wine section. Put your email address in it, because when the wine drop, that's it. Ain't nothing I can do. And I do have a cold-hearted feeling that once it goes live, y'all ain't gonna be able to order nothing, because it's all gonna be gone. Seriously, because you know they only give us a select number to roll out. So I'm sorry, first come, first serve. So, but I ain't drinking until I get my wine. And all this wine up here, it's gotta go. Sorry, you got to go. You ain't got no business up here. And I'm gonna actually take them down, and I'm gonna put Islay Wine in the bag. Hey, y'all, hey! What going on? Y'all ready for some White Wine Wednesday? I just left TikTok. Shout out to TikTok. If you over here from TikTok, they was over here on TikTok. Well, where you go live at? I thought you only did clips. I'm like, y'all really don't know the brand, do you? You don't know how these clips got up over here on TikTok? You don't know how we got 900,000 followers on TikTok? Well, let me show you something. Here it go. So we here. How y'all doing, TikTok? Shout out to y'all. Y'all know we do our unlicensed, our professional therapy before every show, okay? Now, real quick, we got a full show for y'all today. We got a lot of wine we spilling. A lot. First of all, we're going to be talking about Will Smith. Did I lie? I didn't need to, okay? We do got an update on Bilal and Jada, if I'm not mistaken. I think we're going to be doing an actual, we're going to be doing an actual interview on that. So I'm going to reserve my thoughts and opinions until Bilal comes back. And I think he'll be back next week, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah. Definitely going to be discussing who we got today, Jasmine. You know, we got about 7. We got more than what we normally give over here, because I felt like, you know, we didn't give enough last week, okay? So, Jasmine, who we going to be talking about today? Travis Kelce, and Taylor Swift, the billionaire. They about to get married, all right? We're definitely going to be discussing that. Mark Zuckerberg, Coach Stormy, and the FTC having to come in and shut her ass down. We were quiet about that till that paperwork hit the damn internet and it rolled on Tasha K desk. And we told y'all 3 years ago to stop giving that lady y'all money, and y'all did it anyway. So the fact that y'all didn't listen to me and was like, she be motivating people. You just low vibrational, Tasha. Okay. Definitely gonna be discussing that FTC ordered. She signed it. She signed whatever the FTC says she got to do. She signed it. Definitely going to be discussing Kelly for real from the Real Housewives of Atlanta throwing shots at me. Okay, girl. Okay. All right. Definitely going to be discussing Floyd Mayweather. Did I lie? Also on TashaKLive.com, we got some exclusive household information, okay, that we're going to be spilling concerning the nature of Lotto, 21 Savage, and Kiana's relationship, okay? We got the apartments, we got everything, okay? Also going to be discussing who else? The Jada Waiter and Dior fight in the club. We exclusively broke that, okay? So I know y'all saw a video, but we were the only site that can tell y'all why they were fighting, okay? Jasmine, you make sure you got all them videos too to show Dior getting down. That wig didn't move, child. We're going to be discussing that on TashaKLive.com and much, much more. So you do have to subscribe to that show to watch that show. And starting today, we got an announcement for TashaKLive.com. I know that we were giving y'all sneak peeks of what goes down on TashaKLive.com, especially concerning the wine that I spilled. But effective immediately today, that shit ends. Reason being is because we got some other stuff going on, but I can't take that. But effectively today, Them little clips that we give y'all from my live, y'all ain't gonna get them until like they're a year or two old. Y'all gonna get the clips from the interviews that we do, the wine cellar interviews, but not from my exclusive commentary. That shit ends today. I'm sorry to the YouTubers out there that depend on this content, but sweetie, you got to get a job today, okay? All right, that's what it's for, and that's why we created that site. So my team has already been effectively told today to stand down, and they're only allowed to post clips from the interview. So winos, real winos, if you see any of our Tasha K Live content come out that's from this live with me in this background with exclusive information, you make sure starting today, you let me know so we can report them. Okay? Thank you. But they can do the interviews from what we put out. They can't do the interviews from going over there and clipping stuff. They have to do the interviews from what we put out. That's it. That's all you get. You got to go get a job. Sorry, because y'all make a lot of money off my name and off my content out here. Whether I'm in headlines or whether I'm making the headlines. Y'all make a lot of bread, okay? A lot. And that could be funny and have a company like Quarter Labs take that bread, which means every time you cover my content or got my clip in there, they gonna pay me and you gonna work for me. But I've been nice about it. A lot of y'all been on y'all best behavior. We got some newcomers out here that don't understand that there's a reason why Tasha K is still standing. There's a reason why record labels and their artists haven't been able to shut me down. Don't play with me. I love you guys. Listen, after the break, we got Mark Zuckerberg, Kelly, Pharrell from Real Housewives of Atlanta, Housewife Review. Who else we got after the break, Jasmine? Oh, Travis and Kelce, Coach Stormy, Will Smith. All that and more coming up right after the break. You guys stay right here and make sure you like, share, and subscribe. We got some sponsors we want to brag about, which means boldly raise your glass to. Okay, we'll be right back after the break. Hold that thought. Let's go.
When we're stressed out about anything, including debt, there's so many other detriments to our lives, our health, our family, our friends, all can see it on us. And then when you become debt free, you can start focusing on things that truly make you happy. It really is true happiness. I've had many individuals make up with family members after going through bankruptcy because they don't have the stress. It really changes your mindset and it allows you to have the freedom, the mental freedom to take care of what's really important. And I certainly recommend it for everybody because, as we all know, life is too short.
We don't get enough liquid D3. We don't get enough vitamin D. And so I personally have to supplement this particular vitamin D that I travel with all the time, and I make sure that I never run out of, is 10,000 IUs, gluten-free, vegetarian, as a vitamin E and vitamin C base. Okay, and so it's very highly absorbable. There are some fantastic reviews on shoptkdeals.com of women who claim that they couldn't even lift their arms. And by taking vitamin D3, which helps your body to absorb calcium, and the calcium feeds the bones, they can now raise their arms, they're less pain and things like that. I am so excited. This is our part 2 interview. Corey Pritchett, AKA Corey SSG.
You say that. How you doing?
There's been so much going on with you since the last we spoke. It went from you and Carmen going through a very messy, nasty breakup and divorce. You being accused of holding people hostage at gunpoint, kidnapping. All of this happened after a date you went on with one of the girls. It wasn't even a date.
It was just a day out, just having fun, just with a girl I met at the club in Houston.
So what happened with this case that you finally beat, and the whole world had said that you were guilty before you were even given a trial, and said that you had fled because you were guilty to Dubai to get away from charges being pressed on you?
Iconic. I mean, I look at the situation, it was bigger than girls. That was a situation God put me in to get my attention and really sit me down and slow me down. And the girls, they was trying to set me up. There's no other way around it.
Back, okay? Don't forget we got that Simon Gubadia, that juicy ass interview we did with him telling all the Porsha business, so that if you watch the interview, watching Porsha this season will give you full context in who she unveiled herself to be in the 2 years that she was married to him. Less than that. Porsha really made it to the top. And now she on the bottom, having to sell to another person with to get some money. Housewife. Ain't that the girlfriend named Sway? Houseway. Oh, that was a bar, Johnson. That was a bar. Don't forget, later on in the show, guys, we're doing our happy hour. I'm going to give you unlicensed, unprofessional therapy. Please email me, unWineWithTashaK@gmail.com. It comes right to my phone, and we'll see if your question makes it, and I'll give you my best advice, okay? Now, without further ado, y'all, listen, y'all know when y'all see me in the house dress. Y'all see me how many times in this dress, Jasmine? It's been a lot, y'all. Sometimes I don't wash it. It be funky. I go pick up the kids from school, drop them off in this dress. I go see the teachers. The dress literally barely covers my ass. Sometimes I wear drawers in the dress. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I wear a bra in the dress. Sometimes I don't. I can make this dress look like it's dressy by putting on some makeup, but at the end of the day, it's just a house dress. And when I got house dress on, I do house dress shit, which means I don't feel like getting dressed. I don't feel like looking cute. You understand what I'm saying? I'm just cute. But I don't feel like looking cute, which means I do not care. So I don't care what none of y'all got to say in the comments about my nasty little funky black house dress that only gets washed when my nanny does the laundry every 2 or 3 days, okay? So if I wear it 2-3 days straight outside and it smell like whatever, that's none of your business. The only person's business it belong to is Shaq. And he ain't complained about it yet. He complains about the do-rags, but he don't complain about that. He be like, damn it, Tasha, really? I got to smell this do-rag while you not messing up my hair, sir. Now, if it's 2 days before I'm supposed to get my hair done, then you know I don't care. But if I got to keep these waves laid, the do-rag is not coming off. It stays with me. It's the whole package. Just like y'all buying this is the whole package, it's the whole package. Take it or leave it. That's half the time why black men don't be messed up with us in long-term relationships, because it's the do-rag. They know that they are marrying you and the bonnet, you and the do-rag, and that thing be funky too. Let's just put it out there, okay? Listen, but Mark Zuckerberg, after failing, you know it's White Wine Wednesday. Sorry, y'all. Got to tell the white people business too. A lot of people think we don't do that, but we got a whole show dedicated to them that we ain't been canceled for yet, okay? Because I'm surprised they ain't saying like, you're doing whiteface, you're doing white wine, you don't say red wine to black wine, the black news. We don't have to. But in white wine news, okay, after failing tremendously at creating the metaverse, okay, he thought y'all was going to be over there spending money in the metaverse on live, buying strippers on live, avatar strippers, avatar OnlyFans models, thought you were going to be buying Nikes in the Nike store in the metaverse, but they weren't real Nikes. You know, he was trying to digitally make, let me tell you, it is kind of genius, but nobody trusts him. But his idea was for every single company in the world to register their name in this metaverse and be able to sell their products in this metaverse, whether it's a digital crypto coin or Bitcoin or stock, or even you can buy products that can be shipped to your store. Sort of like a competitor with Amazon, but just a lot more artiste, okay? It failed. They shut it down. It's gone. It ain't coming back. Done. Even changed his name to Meta. It's done, okay? But he's come up with something that may work. I got to give him that. Because I literally thought that there were going to be marriages during this metaverse that were going to end because men were simply spending too much money on avatar cartoon hoes in metaverse. And that would be considered cheating. I actually did that in a comedy club one night full of white folks. Y'all didn't even know. Because I'll do pop-up comedy sets in these white folks clubs, and they were dying. I said, y'all gonna be arguing about if he was cheating or not when he done spent your mortgage in the metaverse, okay? Because I'm a techie, I follow tech. That's why I love tech guys. I married a tech guy. I've only dated tech guys. Y'all can have the ball players and the STDs and the STIs. I don't want them. Give me a tech guy and I can track all their whole history within the metaverse, okay? So I'm sorry. But he came out with something that's pretty genius. He has created thought of it, which is not it's not, I guess because we've been prepared for clones and stuff, but he's decided to make an actual clone of himself. He said he can't be everywhere at once. Now, a lot of y'all would say that this is weird. But given the amount of jobs that I gotta work here, to pay for everybody's salary here, to pay my debts, to pay for my kids' college, all of this, I may need one of these too, in a house dress, with a bonnet on, a do-rag, my bad. We'll keep them on the same funky house dress. We'll call it the Tasha K avatar. That way, Tasha can take off and y'all can get 5 days a week as opposed to, because we really do 6 shows a week. People don't know that. You think, oh, she's only on 3 days a week. No, we do 6 shows a week. We do 2 here, 1 here, 1 on Tasha K Live. Monday, 1 there on TashaKLive.com. Don't forget the TikTok lives. Don't forget the X lives, the third lives, the Zoom calls where I be on live with y'all for 8-9 hours. I'ma need me a Mark Zuckerberg clone. She got to learn how to talk like me, but we already got one. I can use her if they give me the trademark. Cedar. That's who mine gonna be, Cedar. What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? Y'all said that, not me. I didn't get it until y'all showed it to me. They was like, Tasha, you already got your DI clone. But I think I'm gonna get one. So Mark, listen, sign me up. I'll buy this. I ain't gonna buy nothing in the metaverse, okay? We got Amazon for that. And we got Facebook Marketplace. You cannot get the metaverse to compete against Facebook Marketplace. You know how much stuff I buy on Facebook Marketplace? You know how many deals I catch? I know when my neighbor is selling the couch that I wanted. I'm like, girl, she ain't got no pets. This couch is now. You about to get rid of this couch? Oh, you selling that? You selling that them lampshades, them accent chair? All of that's on Facebook Marketplace. You cannot, and that's a real marketplace where we get to show up at people's house. I had people showing up at my house in Georgia. That White House that y'all saw, that beautiful one that's on the market. That can't sell because the interest rate is too high. You know what I'm saying? I may be forced to turn it into an Airbnb at this point, Jasmine, because I don't want to rent it in there. I want them in and out on that White House. But I had winos showing up at the door. They didn't know it was me till they got there, because I got like a Facebook page that's like incognito. They was like, Tasha K, where them curtains? They right here, girl. Now, you want anything else, I can give you a tour of the house. We're moving, downsizing, moving to Florida. I'm going on the beach, and I can't take no 6-bedroom house to the beach. You understand what I'm saying? So what is it that you want? That, put it in there, okay? They was in there like Michael Jackson. I'll take this. Put it somewhere, okay? So, yeah, I'm going to have to get one of these, but I'm going to buy one. Who would buy one? And y'all will follow anyway. As long as I program the damn AI clone to talk like me and to spill my wine, I'll be like, hey, say this today. Tell this about Lotto and that living situation with her and 21 Savage. Y'all asses gonna listen. You're gonna listen. You be Tasha Clone said. Moving on, y'all. Shout out to Mark Zuckerberg. He tried any and everything. And he don't cut our pay, too. He don't think I know that our pay got cut on Facebook. So what he tries to do, whenever they fine him $500 million for violating privacy or, making kids commit, off themselves, is what the Supreme Court is saying. I don't know. Whenever they find them, they find a way to drive down our revenue and incentivize. So I know you heard this little campaign. Oh, Mark Zuckerberg is paying creators with 100,000 followers or more $501,000 a month. And y'all are like, oh my God, I got 100,000 creators on YouTube. I'm coming to Facebook to get that 1,000, not knowing that we get in like 40, 50, sometimes to 100,000 a month, and our revenue going down because they got to use that to go pay bills, right? They got to rob Peter to pay Paul, and then they bring in new ones because they know we finna cuss their ass out. But we as black folks, we don't say nothing. We just sit up and take it because he gonna end up giving it back because them 100,000 followers is not gonna be able to satisfy the advertisers that are expecting creators like myself who have 1 million on there to bring them continuous revenue. That's how much of a tech geek I am. I be seeing what they be doing. Moving on. In Hit a Lick news, this man number 2, he retired from football. We got Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. He retired from football, didn't he? He didn't retire? He should. Or he should, right after the day after the wedding, he should retire. I would not put my health on the line to go get CTE when I have married a billionaire. I am retiring. I am sitting up. I am putting, let me make sure y'all don't see no draws. I'm putting my feet up, putting my legs up, and I'm going to let my bitch take care of me. Yes, I am. $1 billion. And here's the thing. I know the little black girl is saying, I let him go. I didn't want him. You can have him. Girl, that's not a flex anymore because, honey, he hasn't made it. What's the little black girl name? What's her name? Kayla Nicole. Kayla Nicole out here throwing shade. I didn't want him. You know, Taylor Swift throwing shots at her. I got your man. Now they finna get married in a lavish, star-studded wedding. It's gonna be bigger than Jeff Bezos and his... I don't know if that's a woman or not. At that wedding, it's gonna be bigger than that. And I don't know. I just feel like Kayla Nicole just need to shut up because the man is leveled up. I can see if he went down. But he going up. And girl, he's retired. You're not. So listen, I just wanted to say congratulations to Travis Kelce, not Taylor Swift. Travis Kelce, because he has made it. He's average. He has an average salary. You know, it's not going to last forever. He's now moving into the podcast space. He's trying to brand himself and get marketing deals because he plans on transitioning out of football here soon as he signs on the dotted line, okay? Trust me. I guarantee y'all going to come back to me and be like, Tasha, in White Wine News, I told you he's going to be announcing his retirement in I get less than 2 years. How old is he now anyway? Because you know at 30, they contracts don't. He signed a 3-year deal, so in 3 years, this is going to be his last contract. Last day at work. I quit! Moving on. Congratulations to them both, okay? In more White Wine News, we got more White Wine News. She act like she white wine. Kelly Farrell, she really do act like a white black girl. Oh, my God. So, like, my ex-husband on Real Housewives of Atlanta, you probably don't know who she is because it's only her second season. And she's using her second season. I'm going to have to strike Real Housewives of Atlanta. They using my content for their storyline. They've been doing this for years. And then in the same tongue that you used to lick your older husband's balls with and that you used to help prop you up, because remember, she is like, I think 15 years or 20 years younger than him. He met her when she was in college and a single mom. This is her husband. What's his name? Mark Farrell, okay? This is a Real Housewives of Atlanta storyline. The only reason I'm presenting this is because you called me to the yard. You called me down to the house, Kelly, okay? And all my winos in our little private Telegram chat was clocking you. They was like, Tasha, I know damn well she ain't over here throwing shade, but using your content for her storyline. Because she didn't have no other storyline. Because he refused to be on the show. It's the whole reason why she's going at him and she left him in the first place. It's because he wouldn't allow her to do reality TV with them children. But now that she's divorced, she gets to exploit him. She gets to exploit them children and exploit her face. Because them doctors, they can't stretch it no further. It's tight, y'all. That's why I said she act like a white black girl. Now, on this particular episode, I told you I'll review it when needed, but I ain't finna be no active reviewer sitting in my car telling y'all about what happened on the last week's episode. We're not doing that. No shade to the reviewers in their car. But baby, I got other things to do, okay? But when I saw her, oh my God. Matter of fact, don't we have the audio? Here she go, talking like a white black girl. Tasha K can't even move her damn face. Can't smile, nothing. Go.
Girl.
Hey, Booba.
How you feel?
I'm all right. I'm okay.
That sound like it.
Girl, it's just been a morning. Lamont just texted me like, hey, I don't know if you know this, but my ex-husband just did a interview with Tasha K.
What? He doing sit-down interviews? Stop.
Hey, what is going on?
Oh my God.
What did I interrupt?
I just found out that my ex-husband did an interview with Tasha K.
That's never good.
No, because why are you doing interviews?
Like, why?
The fact that he would go on a distasteful blog, although it doesn't surprise me, it still hurts me. My divorce was final September 2024, and I really just wanted behind me, but he is never going to stop emotionally draining me until he feels like he's succeeded.
I can't stand a man who talk too much. You just a bitch. And these are bitch qualities.
Did she say, like, how dare he goes and does an interview, but she used the entire, like, the last 2 seasons to trash him. I'm not taking up for Mark because Mark let her do this. You know what I'm saying? She was young. He was chasing young girls. You get what you pay for. You get what you pay for, Mark. Mark was making over $2 million plus a year. She was in college, a single mother. The man who made her a single mother didn't want nothing to do with her, the child. And so she saw an older, short man. He's the same size as her, okay? Yeah, They both look like dwarfs. It's like a whole mini dwarf house. I've seen them in person. I say, ain't no way y'all in there whooping each other ass, and neither one of y'all taller than one another. Ain't no way. But I sit down, I'll talk to you, okay? But she used, this happened with the Ariel Coleslaw. What's her name? Jasmine, help me with these names now. Coleslaw. Martell Holtz. Okay. So Martell Holtz, they said she was a hoe. I don't think she a hoe. Okay, I think she had permission from the wife. They talked and had coffee together. They shared that man for 7 years and both got pregnant at the same time. Both said they was leaving. What happened? What happened? Melody decided to leave because she wasn't gonna leave, or he wasn't gonna leave. So she decided to leave her third party polyamorous situationship. But they had talked about Coleslaw for years on Love and Marriage Huntsville. And when she came to sit down with me, now Melody don't like me. Now me and Melody have since made up. Don't go start no shit, okay? Me and Melody have since made up. Because I was like, how dare you get upset for me platforming her? And yes, her video did more views than yours because she came talking about you and you came talking about a singing career that has not existed. So, you see the difference in that. Don't be going on TV to be messy, and then when it comes to Tasha K, and you know this is we spill wine up over here. And for Kelly Farrell to call me distasteful, the wine is good up over here, baby, because it's got you talking about it on national TV, because what other storyline do you have without a distasteful Tasha K? It's very flavorful now that people are watching your show. And even with me reviewing it, because who would care? I left the gnomes alone when I was a child. Y'all remember that show, The Gnomes, and they had the hats? That's exactly what this damn family looked like. I seen them. I said, what the fuck? How y'all shorter than me, bitch? And you say he jumping on you, but you taller than him by an inch. Who jumping on who? Like, this is not really real talk how it went. So for her to, and I say this to say, and the reason I brought up Martell and Arion's situation and Melody is because when you talk about somebody for so long and you've given them, because they wouldn't give Arion no airtime. She was supposed to be on the show. She should have been. She was a part of that relationship. That was her right. They were using her for a storyline. So when they come and sit down with a distasteful vlogger like Tasha K and the video does numbers, what do you expect to happen? Did you expect to use an entire platform like you have that's worldwide to trash him and he not respond? And you're sitting up acting like you're innocent. The narcissism of it all. Now, I'm not saying that her story is invalid. I'm not saying that his story is invalid. And that's the reason why we took his interview, is because you gave us permission to do so. You don't get to tell your side, and he can't tell his side. So when he came on our show and told us that you used him, you took his restaurants that he created, you stole the money, you won't let him see your kids, all of that. Now you want to be mad after you have used the platform that he wanted nothing to do with. And the reason you divorced him in the first place is because you wanted to be famous. You wanted to have more money. So you used him, and then when you was done using him, now you're using the platform and you still inadvertently use him. This is what distasteful looks like, because your life, I'm gonna be honest with you, your life tastes pretty good on my platform. So we are going to continue to review you and the gnomes. Kelly Farrell, anytime he want to come up here and speak, like he's suing you and that network right now for $500 million for defamation because he lost his businesses and shit. And you allegedly paid off judges and stuff and are friends with judges to get things signed. How did you take a man's business without him being there? He's in jail for child support that you just done damn created. I saw this shit. I had never said, look, if y'all really want to get child support from y'all baby daddy illegally, call Kelly. Call Kelly. She'll tell you how to get it. Because I said, first of all, how did they take your business from you that is in your name? This is a civil, when you have a business with a partner, that's a civil thing. You don't get to go to court without that partner and say, well, he's in jail right now, being behind on child support. Your Honor, can you sign this over to me? And the judge did it. Yeah, did it. Imagine that. Your husband, if you're in sick, he can just sign the business over to your husband while you sick. I'll be goddamn if that happened. You got me all the way up. So Kelly, listen, we're gonna be all up in your wine, and it tastes good. And you better be on point because I'm gonna be right here to correct every single lie that I feel, in my opinion, you have told. Not every woman's a good woman. I'm for who's right and who's wrong. In this situation, from what I've observed, you're wrong. You can't use that platform to trash him and not think he's not gonna have a platform equally as big that helps to carry that show to respond back. That's why you had to use the platform to respond, because you didn't have no other storyline to go with. So what would they would have hired you for? You're welcome for your job this season, Kelly Farrell. Moving on. After the break, we got who? Floyd Mayweather. Who else? Questions from the winos. We got happy hour. We only do 2 questions. Email me right now. If I don't get no questions, we move on. unWineWithTashaK@gmail.com. Only if you got questions on love, life, relationships. That's it. No questions on celebrity gossip. Okay, we're doing celebrity gossip here. Y'all ask some questions to the chat. Then we got, who's going to close up the show? We got Will Smith. Who else, Chad? And Coach Stormy. Stay tuned for that. All of that and more coming up after the break. Please make sure you like, share, and subscribe. We'll be right back. We got some sponsors we need to brag about, which means boldly raise a glass too, and I'll be waiting for your questions to hit my email, unWineWithTashaK@gmail.com. Right now, let's go.
You want another truth?
I do.
Kim is the best lover I've ever had.
No man is going to marry you because they're never going to think that they're better than Cam. They'll f you, but they won't marry you just because you made that statement.
And what you don't have is a good nigga, because the shit that comes out of your mouth is wild. I can't even believe you're a wife. So how dare you?
A normal, healthy-minded, with great self-esteem 40-year-old woman wouldn't have allowed Cam to play with her the way that him and his boys play with you, like you were a dumb bird who didn't understand money or anything like that. He complimented you in the process to gaslight you, but he let his friends who knew you play with you. Where you going? Where's she going? Why she can't see him on her side, Jasmine? Why she can't see him on her side? Where'd you go?
Girl, let me tell you something. Let me tell you the difference between me and when people are gonna step into my platforms. All right?
Okay, all right, cool. I'm listening. All right, and we're back. And guys, listen, I ain't got to do this part of my job. Nobody wrote in for questions. Absolutely fantastic. That means everybody's life is good. I'm good. We're all good. We're all happy. I just got one announcement to make before we get into the who's next? Boosie, Floyd Mayweather, and Coach Stormy Wine. And before we head over to TashaKLive.com, casting announcements. If you guys have, first of all, if you are a single man by choice, okay, we want to hear about it. Go to itstashak.com/casting. itstashak.com/casting. We would love to interview you to tell us why. Why you ain't in a relationship? What's going on? What's wrong with you? How you over 40 and 50 with no kids? Why? We want to know. Okay? We're trying to get into the minds of men. We always get into the minds of women, but we never get into the minds of men and ask certain questions. Okay? So if you know somebody that you feel will be good for this show, please hit us up. It's TashaK.com/casting or hit the casting link on the website. And also, guys, if you have been the victim of a church spiritual scam, which means the church has done you wrong, they have molested you, or any religious organization, it could be Islam, it could be anybody, okay? Please, we want to hear about it. We want to know about it. And we also want to know about good experiences. So if the church has delivered you from something, helped you to overcome, you've seen God, we want to hear about that too, okay? So go to itstashak.com/casting. We want to hear your story and put it out there. Just like that young man that sat with us and told us about his mom's experience going over to Haiti and not coming back because she was pursuing the voodoo religion to become a priest. This is what we want to know. It doesn't have to be that extreme, but if you had some just crazy or profound experiences, let us know, whether good or bad. It's TashaK.com/casting. Now, Will Smith. I feel like, and I'm part of the problem, I feel like this is like Tasha K be talking. This is not Tasha K. Tasha K has a job, and I'm very good at that job. I do that job very well, and I know how to turn that job off. But I am a fan of Will Smith. I am. It's no secret. I talk about it in other interviews when they ask me. I'm a fan of Will Smith. I feel like Will Smith is unproblematic. I feel like Will Smith had, a traumatic childhood. He's talked about. I've read his books. I don't read a lot of celebrity books, but I read his book because he's very authentic to a certain degree. I think when he shares hard. But when he holds secrets, he holds them harder because of his upbringing. And I do recommend you guys read his book. I read it every time I took a shit on the toilet, okay? It was right there behind me. I told people don't pick up that book, okay? Because I'm reading that book and my hands ain't washed. So don't touch that book. Don't touch my page. Your ass gonna get what you're gonna get. You're gonna get E. coli, that's up to you, okay? But that was my bathroom. I always got a book that I'm reading, taking a shit, So, but for the most part, like, it allowed me to really understand his mind. And as a person, as a lover of psychology, a lover of just personalities and interpersonalities and stuff like that, it really helped me to really kind of look at his life in totality. And Will, to me, just wants to be liked. He just wants to be loved. And I think his brand has demonstrated that. And anything that causes him to not be disliked, he holds very dear to him in secret. And I feel like sometimes that can come out in rage. He could be misunderstood. He could be picked at. And I think when people pick at him and they call him like the soft rapper or, the Nickelodeon rapper and all this stuff. And then we got the gay rumors that Tasha K, not LaTasha Keeby, Tasha K started, okay? Now, I didn't start them. I just platformed somebody that came on my platform and said that, okay? And it's been rumors for years that him and Dwayne Martin have had interpersonal relationships with the permissions of their wives, except Tisha Campbell, because Tisha Campbell claims she didn't know. I don't understand how she didn't know or couldn't see as big as her head is, but you should be able to see everything, okay? The world. She know Tisha Campbell got a big ass head. So I got a small head. My head look like a peanut. That's why I can't wear wigs. So I be hating on y'all. Y'all be wearing wigs and then that's why you have me falling out. I can't wear them because I look ridiculous. I really do. I look like I'm pussy on the side of the road down there on Skid Row. When they having them wigs and they just be like, bitch, that ain't your hair. You could that's how I be looking in wigs. But anyway, back to Will Smith. So, with the Bilal allegations and stuff like that, Bilal is not even mad at Will. He's mad at Will for allowing Jada to gatekeep. That's what this is all about. Will has always been who he is. He's known Will for 40 years. They grew up together from Philly or whatnot. Bilal and Charlie Mack are, they are part of the Muslim Brotherhood community. They work together. They help to put Will on. They help to solidify a lot of deals that he has. And they're responsible primarily for his career. So that's why Bilal can get out here and say what he says. But you notice his smoke has always been with Jada, even though he has spilled wine on Will and some of the interpersonal relationships that he's had with both women and men. And some of the things that he's done to Jada allegedly. So when I see things like this happen, I don't know, I'm starting to it's like I want to defend him so bad because Will truly don't bother nobody. So when I see this white woman coming out on White Wine Wednesday trying to do a Tasha K, I don't know, man. I don't know. Go ahead, roll the video.
Will Smith is gay, okay? He's gay. He's always been gay. I lived in Hollywood for a decade. My boss was his agent at CAA for 8 years. It would help him shuffle men in and out of their mansions. Him and Jada Pinkett Smith don't even they haven't even ever lived in the same bedroom. She is his, what's it called, lavender wife or whatever, to seem normal so they can seem like the all-American family, when in reality, Will Smith is gay and always has been. I hate Hollywood, and I don't even like celebrities. I don't give a shit about any of that stuff, but I'm just so sick of seeing this story of like, oh, she's this big cheater even though she's absolutely insufferable. That's just so you guys will talk about them. That's why their whole family is weird and it doesn't know what gender they are. Because the dad shuffles men in and out of their home all the time. It's not all on him. Like, she's willingly married to a gay man. And that's fine. I love gay people, but it makes me feel, it's weird that they're pretending that. It grosses me out and it's annoying, but he's gay. That's the whole thing. I know that he is gay for sure. I'm not saying that because I read an article. I'm saying it because I lived in Hollywood and I know that he's gay. He's gay. Will Smith is gay and he always has.
I don't know. I feel like Will Smith's sister, like he can't slap the bitch, but I can. Can't nobody talk about my brother but me. That's how I feel right now, Jasmine. I feel like can't nobody talk about Will but me. Jada can't even talk about Will because you didn't do right by him. You didn't do right by him. You held his alleged gayness over his head. I ain't seen this man in a room with nobody. So I don't know. I ain't seen it. Other people have said it. And she stated that like that was a fact. Like she saw him. But they just shared the same agent, which means the agent that worked for her and the agent that worked for Will Smith. Will Smith's career is thriving. I've never heard of you. Anybody know who that white lady is, John? You heard of her? But they shared the same agent. And it sounds like she's upset because her agent, instead of getting her booked, because she's not talented, was helping Will Smith cover up gay activity, which could have led her to not wasting 10 years of her life in Hollywood because she wasn't talented. And the fact that Will Smith paid her agent's bills, he is going to prioritize his clients' booty meetings as well as casting meetings over you. Why you ain't selling no pussy? Why you ain't giving it away? Why you worried about what I'm doing for him? Because he is paying my bills. What is you doing besides being a damn Karen, worried about who I got going in and out of his house to keep my client happy so that I can be happy? As far as I'm concerned, you're a part of the motherfucking problem. And so is Tasha K. But I'm speaking as LaTasha Kibi right now. I'm not speaking as Tasha K. Tasha K is a brand. I have a job to do. That's why I say, call me, y'all. It's not that I don't dislike. LaTasha Kibi will eat what you at the cookout. You understand what I'm saying? LaTasha Kibi would buy gifts for your baby shower after I fired you because that was Tasha K that fired you. But LaTasha Kibi didn't fire you. You understand? No. There is a difference, Jasmine. Jasmine's talking about I'm crazy. They over here laughing. I'm dead ass serious. LaTasha Kibi is very different from Tasha K. You guys are getting LaTasha Kibi right now because I'm telling you about the dynamics of how my work goes. Work pays the bills. Okay? Willard needed butt, if that's what you're saying, to be happy. And as a good agent, it's his job to keep his client happy because that's how he eats. 10% of his earnings come from Will Smith. So if Jada's backdoor services ain't working with the strap on, he has got to send boys down there that want to willingly go and make his client happy. Why you ain't go down there? You probably would have had a job. Why you ain't cut your hair? Because she looked like she could pass. Play again. She looked like she could pass for a little white boy. She sure do. Look at her.
Will Smith is gay, okay?
If she would cut her hair, take off the lipstick, she may look like one of them what you call them lady boys? and just say she trans, Will would have took you and you would have had a job, baby. I just don't like when it's blatant like this. And I've even asked Bilal, I'm like, Bilal, why all this smoke for Will? Like, for real. I really like Will Smith. I ain't really got smoke for him. He just weak, and he let Jada run over him. Well, if Jada got his deepest, darkest secrets, and you're dealing with a man, take her down. I can't stand to look at her. She look like she sucks only pink dicks. Only. Bright pink. Rash infected. I'm sorry. Just my perception. The way her mouth just... Anyway. Why all the smoke, Bilal? I like Will. I love Will. Will got a new movie. I'm outside. I'm sorry. But Tasha K does have a job to do. And sometimes this ain't about me. This is the platform. The viewers run my platform. They're getting the wine. They can do with it as they want. They can get as drunk as they want to get with this wine. And he says it's because Will never put Jada in her place. Well, if you're dealing with a personality based off of his own words, that he just wants to be liked and be loved, what makes you think he's going to go against the one person that knows him the worst and piss her off so that she could tell the entire world not to like him, as if she already hasn't done enough? For his own wife to get up and say during an interview that after Will went and slapped Chris, what's his last name? Rock. I was going to say Tucker Brown. Chris Rock on stage for disrespecting her. And then she, in turn, according to Jada's own words, okay, in turn takes a private call with Chris Rock. And he apologized and asked her out in that same call. And she says, oh, no, where did you hear? Me and Will aren't having a divorce. He was like, well, I was going to ask you out. Oh, no, we're still together. I'm never leaving Will. Why are you on the phone with a man that caused your husband to react about you and you kikiing with him? That should tell you the psychological power that Jada has over a personality that just wants to be liked and loved and accepted, regardless of his sexuality, regardless of his upbringing, regardless of his corniness. That's why he went after the hottest chick in Hollywood, is because he wanted people to like him. He was a corny ass dude. But instead of it being, I took Tupac's girl, because that's what it was supposed to be. How does the corny guy take the gangster guy? But the whole time the gangster guy is a theater kid. Tupac is a theater kid. He went to theater school with Jada Pinkett. But he made it seem like he was a gangster. All I'm saying is, you see how that gets flipped? Now your wife is on every platform crying that her soulmate has left. And what are you? What are you? After you allegedly, according to your own best friend, beat her to the point where they had to bring in a makeshift hospital because she slept with Jennifer Lopez's husband, Mark Anthony, while they were married and while she was married. Do you understand my dynamic here? What does Will Smith being gay got to do with you, white lady? Where's your career? Or do you have a career because you're trying to be Tasha K right now? It sounds real malicious. Go drink your milk, hoe. Moving on. Sorry, y'all. They done pissed me off. That's little Tasha K. Tasha K is back not talking. I'm sorry, y'all. I gotta take a break. Give me a second. Let me see what y'all talking about in the comments. Give me a second here. Okay? Just give me a second. They said, who slept with Mark Anthony? According to Bilal. You got to go watch Bilal part 1, part 2, part 3. Really, we got to put that up as a trilogy because then he's about to hit part 4. You have to watch it. Then you got to watch the Brashear Gray's family that ties into what Bilal is saying. It's a whole damn docuseries, okay? Take your ass over to TashaKLive.com. Watch Bilal 1, Bilal 2, Bilal 3 so that you can be ready for Bilal 4. And you can watch Brashear Gray. Family. That's 5 parts. Get your subscriptions. It's going to be the best time you've ever had over there on TashaKLive.com because like I said, starting today, That commentary stops going out. That's what the paywall is for. You want to watch it, you got to be on that paywall. So we're going to start strengthening, we're going to start restricting. We ain't putting it out no more. Content creators, you got to find another way to make some money. It's not going to be me today. Okay? Not going to be me today. Moving on. I'm talking about I'm defending and throwing shade at the same time. I'm defending Will. I like Will Smith, and whenever he got a new movie and stuff, I'm gonna be his sub wife, like his virtual work wife, to help him when Jada's not out. She's supposed to be out. Instead of talking about her marriage and making him happy and how she stopped making people happy and how all these men are flirting with her, instead of her talking about her husband's movies that pay her bills because she ain't got no job, I'm gonna be that for Will. I got you, Will. I'm gonna do what your wife should have been doing, but she's not. She's not a good lavender wife. I can be a good lavender wife to you. I will never, ever hold the fact that you grant me a great lifestyle, Will Smith. Put him back up. And you lavish me with everything I want in the world. Just play like we're married. Please. And I will give you everything you want. I cannot give you Tupac Black. I'm sorry. I did not put a spell on him. I did not put a hit on him. I'm not happy that he's gone because now you are turning on me and he was your distraction. I will be a great lavender wife for Will Smith. I do have a real husband, so that requires I don't have to step out on him. I don't even have to be emotionally attached. But as a brand wife, as a lavender wife, Will Smith, I got you, baby. I got you. I got you. Not y'all talking about shut your married ass up. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Moving on, y'all. Moving on. I hope y'all enjoyed this show thus far. Make sure y'all like this video. You know what? Let me see how many likes we got on here, because this is what I'm finna do. How many likes? That YouTube trying to take away the likes? Baby. How many likes we got on here, Jasmine? What did it say? Oh, roll the commercials. We'll be right back after you guys have a like or dislike party. We'll be right back after the break. Roll 3 commercials. We'll be right back. Since y'all don't want to like my video, and we spent all day putting this content together all week, and all we ask you for is a like. I'm not even asking y'all for the GoFundMe anymore. Who cares? Listen, all I want is a like. All I want is a like. Roll the commercials. We'll be right back.
When we're stressed out about anything, including debt, there's so many other detriments to our lives, our health, our family, our friends, all can see it on us. And then when you become debt-free, you can start focusing on things that truly make you happy. It really is true happiness. I've had many individuals make up with family members after going through bankruptcy because they don't have the stress. It really changes your mindset, and it allows you to have the freedom, the mental freedom, to take care of what's really important. And I certainly recommend it for everybody because, as we all know, life is too short.
We don't get enough liquid D3. We don't get enough vitamin D. And so I personally have to supplement this particular vitamin D that I travel with all the time, and I make sure that I never run out of, is 10,000 IUs, gluten-free, vegetarian, as a vitamin E and vitamin C base. Okay, and so it's very highly absorbable. There are some fantastic reviews on shoptkdeals.com of women who claim that they couldn't even lift their arms. And by taking vitamin D3, which helps your body to absorb calcium, and the calcium feeds the bones, they can now raise their arms, they're less pain and things like that. I am so excited. This is our part 2 interview. Corey Pritchett, AKA Corey SSG.
Appreciate it. How you doing?
There's been so much going on with you since the last we spoke. It went from you and Carmen going through a very messy, nasty breakup and divorce. You being accused of holding people hostage at gunpoint, kidnapping. All of this happened after a date you went on with one of the girls. It wasn't even a date.
It was just a day out, just having fun, just with a girl I met at the club in Houston.
So what happened with this case that you finally beat, and the whole world had said that you were guilty before you were even given a trial, and said that you had fled because you were guilty to Dubai to get away from charges being pressed on you?
Iconic. I mean, you know, I look at the situation, it was bigger than them girls. You know, that was a situation God put me in to get my attention and really sit me down and slow me down in life. Yeah, the girls, they was trying to set me up. There's no other way around it.
All right, and we're back. We're back. Thank you so much for the likes. I appreciate y'all. Okay, thank you so much for those of y'all tuning in. We love it here. Make sure you share this video. Tell a friend. Don't be stingy. All right, now, did I lie? Oh, wait a minute. You know what? Is he on the thumbnail? I did not want to talk about Boosie over there trying to quit that white man's job, but, you know, I give him 2 minutes up over here. So Boosie has finally quit Vladimir Putin's show. Here's this video.
Vlad no more. We couldn't come up with an agreement. He didn't want to pay me. I wanted $5,000 more than he wanted to pay me. He didn't want to pay me, so I think I'm gonna make more money doing it this way. And I'm editing my interview now.
I don't know what time it is. Let's talk about it.
Uh-oh.
So Boosie has finally woke up and decided he doesn't need the white man any longer. So Vlad was only giving him $10,000 an interview. He only wanted a $5,000 pay increase. And Vlad said no. No. Out of all the money Vlad has made off of black people, and he don't pay most of them that come up over there now, but he has to play Boosie because Boosie's the only one that brings consistent numbers. Boosie has decided that he's now starting his own thing. And he's going to make more money, but it's not going to happen overnight. You got to get monetized on YouTube. To be honest with you, I don't know why Boosie doesn't have a streaming deal like how Blueface has one or DDG. I just don't understand why they won't do that for Boosie. All you got to do is put a camera in Boosie's house around them kids and stuff. Him and T.I.'s family neck and neck. They can make a killing over there on Twitch, and y'all just picking out golden clips of what went viral. And he could consistently make money. Now he's trying to do a Vlad and do what Vlad has done, because Vlad obviously has that type of money to pay him every time he sits down. So he's thinking Vlad is making real money, which, I mean, YouTubers do make more than streamers unless they're like a Kai Cenat or something, you know, where they have these huge endorsement deals. But for the most part, like when you think about the time that a streamer sits on live versus YouTube, it takes longer to build on YouTube, but it is more consistent. But streaming, you can instantly get it like that. So I give an example. Like it takes Blueface 30 days of streaming around the clock to make 30 grand. I'm not going to tell you how long it take us to get that up over here, but we have a team, a huge team that puts together this content. We straight. But that took time. We've been doing this for 10 years. You see what I'm saying? So is Vlad. Vlad has an ecosystem. It just runs. But Boosie is clearly streaming material. You just like to catch him. When he used to go live and had him do them twerk offs and stuff like that, it was entertaining content, but Meta said not today and deleted his page. So he's been on his best behavior. So he knows what content is good and what content is not. And every time he takes to his live to say that he ain't raping women and he ain't taking vagina and his wife ain't underage, this is the stuff that he needs to be responding to on Twitch or on Kick. And they'll give him a gig. They got Charleston White down there. They're going to give him one too. Him and Charleston White, neck and neck, doing the same shit. Moving on. Finally saw the light. Did I lie when it come to Floyd Mayweather? I told you he was broke. Y'all got so mad at me because it's like, how could somebody actually broke talk about a man who's broke and he got more money than you? Look at all those fake Birkins he buys his girlfriends. Well, listen, here's the thing. And I told you them Birkins was fake. First of all, you cannot go buy 20 Birkins at once that are all the same size. You do know that, right? I couldn't even say the name at first. Remember I used to call it a Herms bag? And then they started picking at me, and I was like, it's Herms. Because I'm just not into buying things to be noticed or buying things to say that I got some money. That's just never been me, money or not. And I got money. I'm just telling you. I just don't play those games. So here's the thing. Ain't no white person getting rich off me because of my ignorance and lack of self-esteem and lack of security of self. It's just not going down, okay? If I want to hold a purse, I'm going to hold a purse and say it's Tasha K's purse. It's a nice purse, ain't it? And y'all ask me every time, Tasha, where'd you get the purse? Tasha, where'd you get the earrings? It's not even name brand. Do you see the power of if something look good, it just looks good? And I don't give a damn. I don't need no Birkin, no Gucci, no Prada, no Louis, none of that. It could be a Tasha K, a TK. And as I was saying, the reason the Birkins was fake is because you have to make an appointment to get Birkins, and they don't make them all. Like, they don't keep them in the back. They only make a certain amount, and they're not gonna let you come in there and buy that many at once. They're usually different sizes. All of his Birkins were the same size. They didn't come in boxes. They just had the little stash bag, and he got them from China. Yeah. Okay. But did I lie when I told you? First of all, his manager ran off with all of his money. He's suing Showtime for giving the manager his money, over $300 million. This man made over $1 billion in his lifetime, okay? It was reported just a few days ago that he has a tax lien for about $7.3 million, okay? Federal tax liens, okay, filed in 2018 and in 2023. So these are unpaid past taxes, all right? I guess the skating rink and the strip club ain't bringing in money like that. Neither is his boxing career because apparently, his ex-manager took it off. And let's not forget, back in 2017, okay, a year before that, he owed about $22.2 million. But his manager, Al Heyman, took care of that at the time. But 2018 to 2023, the $7.3 million has not been paid. When Javante, I say his name right? Javante told you he was broke, and he was holding his passport over there in Dubai because of unpaid debts. This is the reason why he has to come out of retirement every year to do an exhibition fight, because one of his gambling habits, and two, his mismanagement of funds. Three, his inability to know how to read contracts and what he's signing and what he owes. So he has to get somebody to read contracts for him and trust what they say. That's the scary part. How are you a billionaire and you got to trust what somebody say because you refuse to read? Okay? It was also reported, lawsuits in New York alleging he owes roughly $337,000 in unpaid rent. $300,000 in unpaid rent. Okay, all right. Interest, fees, court costs, attorney's fees. He has a luxury duplex at the Baccarat Hotel Residences that he allegedly is months behind on. He can't afford to pay. Yaya's out here trying to get a job. Also, in early 2026, he was sued 3 separate times. He was sued 3 separate times over unpaid rent and jewelry bills totaling millions, including a $1.4 million claim from a Miami jeweler who says that Mayweather took 26 watches and 15 gold Cuban link chains, but only paid about $300,000 on them because he's using his celebrity to get these deals. Like, I'll come back for it. I'm good for it. I'm Floyd Mayweather. I'll be right back. Sean Kingston is doing jail time right now for doing that same thing. Basically using his celebrity, renting a bunch of TVs and video games, $1 million worth. I don't know if he got it from Rent-A-Center, but I don't know who's selling $1 million TVs and surround sound systems and video games for $1 million. And he goes to jail for 3 years, and his mother ends up going to jail, and she's being deported. I'm talking about Sean Kingston. Okay, now back to Floyd Mayweather. All of this, they can criminally charge him for because he is misrepresenting who he is, just like Coach Stormy is doing, and we're going to talk about that just in a second, in order to get people to give him things for free, and in return, he does not meet his obligation. So all of this can turn into a federal charge, and he can go to jail for doing this the same way that Sean Kingston went to jail, okay? And his mother went to jail. But because he's Floyd Mayweather and he can get the money back, it's like they're giving him enough time because he can come up out of retirement for the 18th time to make some money to pay all of this off. But he's so behind is what I'm told. I'm being told by sources close to this man that because I owe $3.5 million right now. It was $4. My little 3.5 million, like he is owing people right now $200 million in debt. And can't afford a $300, which if you divide 300,000 over what, 6 months, let's just say 6 months. The Baccarat penthouse, probably like $30,000, $40,000 a month. You know? So total right now, if y'all call this money, okay, cool, you know, cool. But did I lie? Moving on. And did I lie about Coach Stormy Wellington? Didn't we do a docuseries on this bitch? Did we not do that? Did we not tell y'all as black women to stop being low vibrational and giving her your money? Did we not warn y'all that the men that she even dated were scamming too? Did their baby mamas not come on my show and tell y'all about the deceptive practices that Coach Stormy and her baby daddy that Coach Stormy was messing with was doing to her? And I did hear some more wine about that particular baby daddy, BK Mello, but we'll talk about that in a different show. Not today. This is all about her. Her. Okay? Low vibration. That plate is low vibrational. Why you got all that chicken and stuff on that plate? That is low vibrational. But y'all love, let me tell you something. I just think people, and this is why churches get away with it a lot. I think people just like to be sold hope. I hope I can make 100,000. I hope I can be a millionaire like you. I want to be there. And they take advantage of that vulnerability within people that we just want to be, we want to belong. And if this person can show me and is willing to mentor me and teach me, because I heard she was charging $10,000 to ride on a private jet with her and she would give you the game. And when people got on that private jet, allegedly, she was just on live the entire time. She didn't tell them shit. She was just like, welcome to my life. Thank you so much for paying for the private jet. That 10 grand. Sit your ass down and just watch. So she was on live the entire time. Now, let me tell you what's going on here. Now, y'all remember TLC? Because I used to sell it. Funky Dineva at the time when we were associates had asked me, he was like, Tasha, I make a lot of money off of this. And, you know, your winos and y'all like supplements. They have good supplements. And, you know, he was sharing his checks. But I didn't know that it was a pyramid scheme. That I did not know. I saw the products. I said, okay, people are getting the products. I didn't go too deep because I'm like, if people are getting physical products, then I don't have anything to worry about. But when he recruited me, right, at the time, and ain't no telling how many other people he was recruiting, and that's why he was making videos, Funky Dineva showing off. And you notice he hasn't been doing that lately. His Louis Vuitton, he was in the Louis Vuitton store and the Gucci store. Every Thursday, these checks from TLC came out, and that's what he used to go shopping with because he was recruiting for Coach Stormy, because Coach Stormy asked him to recruit. And you remember TLC. TLC used to have a wealth of products. Now they got one product because they have been told that if they keep selling the other products, that they were going to be out of business or potentially criminally charged for deceptive practices, basically using an MLM scheme. So I got brought into it. Not saying I was innocent, I'm not, because I should have did my due diligence. But I was a part of a pyramid scheme. But here's the thing. The checks to any normal person that doesn't make the type of income that I make or the company makes, right, it would be a lot of money. So these checks would be anywhere from $2,000 to $5,000 every Thursday. That's a lot of money. I'm not negating that, right? Especially for, you know, anybody that barely makes that in a damn month or let alone 3 months. I'm not negating that. I'm not so far away, right? But the way Funky Dineva made it seem as if it was like, oh my God, my whole life has changed. Now, I know how much Funky Dineva was making down there at the YouTube, okay? It wasn't much, right? So this was where he was able to go shopping and show off what he had. But I did it for like 3 months until I finally said, there was a story that came forward about some nurses that had gotten fired from taking the products and they tested positive for THC. So apparently the company in which, I don't know if the company did it, TLC, because I don't want them suing me, but maybe they outsourced the product and just put their name on the bag, because you could private label a lot of products. And some of the ingredients came back and nurses were pissing hot, and the only thing they had taken were TLC products. So that's why they had to remove those products off the shelf. That is around the time, because Coach Stormy was making a lot of money. She has been with TLC since 2014. She didn't stop selling until around after COVID because they had got hit with the drug claims. So she decided to leave TLC and start a new company called Pharmacy or something like that and sell her own products because she knows the game. She was TLC's biggest revenue driver. Her and the owner of the company were like this. It was a white man. And she exploited her own people, and they lost jobs behind her in this company. And she would go live every day saying that she got her shape, even though she bought it in the back of a club, at a strip club, because she comes from the stripper world, okay? And when it returned that ass to Colombia, when it started to drop on live, and she said it was because of those products is the reason why she looks the way that she looks, knowing she had bought them ass shots in the back of the strip club that she used to work for, okay? Facts. Now, but because she has the gift of persuasion, the same gift that I got, a lot of people like to misuse that gift for their own gain, their own misfortune. Now, here's where I want to constructively criticize Coach Stormy as one woman to another who has the same gift of gab. The only difference is like, I don't understand how you can have the gift of gab and shake your ass. I've never understood that. The only people that got to shake their ass is the ones that can't talk, the ones that need people to write for them, write speeches for them, and they sell their looks. And so it's like a whole package deal, right? But for somebody like me, I don't ever have to get on here, and I could be fat 300 pounds, I could be whatever, but I know how to talk to people, and so does she. And so when you have to go and do what you got to do to pay your bills for whatever reason, a lot of times lines can be blurred. And I want to say this to Coach Stormy, because the FTC has gotten involved. And even though this happened in February, we are now in May. The FTC got involved in February. She signed an order that the FTC had requested a judge put in place, saying that she would no longer deceive her customers into thinking that they are going to be millionaires when, according to their data and their research, because they investigated her, and I don't know how this investigation went past my desk and under my radar, because I would have been on her ass. Maybe it was because of the videos that we did, or maybe it was because of the complaints from the women and the professional women that trusted her. And they slid in a complaint to the Attorney General. Then it got to the Federal Trade Commission. And being that her association was to Total Life Changes, which was TLC. And so they just watched who's the revenue driver, which the white man is not falling. It's you, you dumb black. It's you. I'm not going to say the B word, but it's you. Because that's what she's acting like. So what I'm about to say here, because she's responded, and we're gonna play the response. The Federal Trade Commission has stepped in, has asked her to stop telling people that she's gonna make millionaires in 6 months. That everybody that works with her is going to be a millionaire. That she can make you 6 figures, the next 30 people in 6 figures. But here's the thing, it's the same language that can get a doctor in trouble saying that they can cure you. Because yeah, they may be able to cure you from, let's just say, I don't know, what else? Cancer. But then the cancer come back. Or something else happens with you. You cannot put definitive claims when there's so many variations at play that can hinder the desired outcome. But because she has high vibrational thinking, according to her, and she's over-ambitious, over-exaggerates because she lives in a very frontal perception of reality, which means she's already made it to where you're trying to be. So she can speak that this has happened because it happened to her. But you don't know the circumstances of the person that you're selling to. You don't know what their struggle is. They may not have had to survive like you, to have the gift of gab and have to shake your ass at the same time to pay the bills to take care of yours. Everybody's situation is different. But when they do see people flashing their lifestyle like the Floyd Mayweathers and this person and that person and especially her, and then she's saying with conviction, because I did it, look where I came from, this can be you, but you don't know their life, you don't know their hustle, you don't know their grit, you don't know if their business has what it takes to thrive, you don't know if their products are good, you don't know any of that because you're not God. That's where you can get in trouble. And that's where the FTC stepped in. Now, it is a bit hypocritical that the Federal Trade Commission will step in to humble somebody like her because she's already agreed to do what they said she had to do, or she wouldn't have no business at all, because they do have the ability now to bar you from using social media. I've seen it happen. The Brit girl who was using social media to grift by staging all these pranks and taking allergy pills saying that a black man had hit her in the head. That, to the people in the chat, oh, you're so male identified. I've been dragging Stormy and every other woman, but y'all come in here. As soon as I take up for one man based off of right or wrong, because I'm pragmatic, y'all not finna get me up over here siding with y'all just because y'all got a default hate of men based off of past experiences that you had with men that you chose, that you let play in your face. That's not the type of game I play up here as Tasha K. When you right, you right, you wrong, you wrong. It don't matter if you're male, female, gay, trans, whatever. You're a human being and you have the right to have your fair day and to be criticized as well as celebrated when you do right and when you do wrong. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm not with the go along, get along. That's why y'all got mad at me and I didn't give a damn when I chose to vote for who I voted for based off of my own personal reasons. Because we as black people, just because one person go buy shoes, we go all buy the shoes. And if you don't buy the shoes, we don't want you. That's why Will Smith in the closet, because of how we act. But I do think it's hypocritical that the Federal Trade Commission will come in and try to humble her, but you got so many black churches out here doing deceptive practices, but they ain't stepped in to do that. And you know why? Because it's legalized deceptive practice. The same thing that she operates in, which is high vibration, spirituality, law of attraction, okay? What you say now is your reality, even though it's not here yet. The faking it till you make it is the same thing that churches do, but the difference between her and the church is they have a legalized nonprofit that they pay taxes on, and so the government and the Federal Trade Commission make their cut. Now, she's already agreed, so the lawsuit that came down, that the Federal Trade Commission filed against her, that came out, she's already agreed to not deceive y'all anymore. It's sort of like I got a program going on right now before I play her response to this in the bad wig. She still got them strip club wigs on. Girl, you are not in the strip club no more. Hold tight so you can see that wig. And you gonna see exactly what I'm talking about, okay? You're gonna be, bitch, that is a strip club wig. She's got a name. Call her Bobby. Listen, it's just like this program that I got going right now. It's called Mogul Making, right? It's on isTashaK.com. 30 people, max 50, we're only letting in 30, are going to be able to pay to be a part of an advertising membership. Now, although when Dr. Sebi came to sit down, not Dr. Sebi. Dr. Sebi's autobiographer, writer, came to sit down, and he presented that book. This is just one example. On that book, within the first week, he made $300,000 on a book, self-published. But that's what he made. He had a product that was ready. Y'all loved the topic. You wanted to know more about Dr. Sebi, so you bought the book as winos. The same thing with, let's just say, somebody that operated, in my opinion at the time, but she's changed her business practices, deceptive practices, Embrace Pangea. Embrace Pangea made millions of dollars advertising on my platform. Millions, so much so, like I feel that money went to her head. And then when y'all was complaining that you weren't getting your products, that's when I had to step in and shut it down. She sent me an email what last year saying I killed her business. I said, no, you killed your business because you said when I told you that these winos weren't getting their products, they'll be all right. It wasn't until I came out and corrected the record is when you said, tell everybody that didn't get their products to email me. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And so the companies now that advertise with me have to have a product that's good, have to have a product that I would use, have to have a product that you would use, have to have a product that they can ship, and they're not scamming. And if you run out, you have to put sold out. Those are things that you have to do as a honest entrepreneur, but a lot of people just don't do that. And so like in my advertising community that we just launched, it's gonna be 30 people that are gonna pay a subscription price, but they have to have a product, they have to have a service, they have to have good reviews. So when I say, hey, go buy this, and you get that residual income in your sleep because every business needs it, and I don't know how much you're gonna make. It's gonna depend on how good your product is. It's gonna depend on how well your customer service is. A lot of results may vary. Results may vary. You may wake up and pay this amount to me to advertise your product. If I'm asking you to pay this, you may make $10,000. But if you make it $10,000, every single one of those winos better have their damn products and they better have good reviews. Don't think you're finna come out here and play. You have to be honest with people and you have to be realistic with people. Just because you're a multimillionaire out the strip club and you don't mind robbing people to pay Paul to get what you gotta get, not everybody has that. So you can't be out here lying. So now she's out here trying to do press interviews, Coach Stormy, to explain what it is, saying it's not scamming, it's deceptive practices. However you got to paint it, you lied. And you agreed that you lied. And you agreed to never lie again when you signed this paperwork that the judge ordered you to sign, or you're coming off social media. This is the reason why she's doing PR right now before we head over to TashaKLive.com. Let's go.
You signed an agreement with them. What's the status of that?
Basically, my career has been significantly affected by, obviously there are some people that I guess, I don't know where this came from. I really don't know how this happened. My career has been significantly affected by the allegations. But the truth is, what has happened is already in the past. One of the things that I have to change is my messaging. Being a serial businesswoman, entrepreneur, network marketer, there are some things that I use as strategies. I'm a manifester. I believe that life and death is in the power of the tongue. I believe that out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. I believe that you can manifest by affirmations and affirmations. But I learned through this experience that you can't do that when you become a woman of my caliber. You can't say things that's, wishful thinking, or you can't say things that's about what you're going to do based upon your goals and dreams. So I spoke of things that now I know that I would tell any entrepreneur that's in the space of whether it's direct sales, network marketing, whether you're a coach or a mentor, be mindful of the thing that you say. Because even though, a lot of us who are at the top, we understand the power of manifestation and speaking things into existence, you could get yourself in big trouble.
Do you admit that you may have misled some people?
Yeah.
I tell everybody the same thing. If you go to buy a Tylenol from the store and it says it's gonna, get rid of your headache, and it doesn't get rid of your headache, did that negate the fact that hundreds of thousands of people took a Tylenol and they got rid of their headache? It just didn't work for you. So the truth is, I'm not gonna negate what I have done. I'm not gonna also negate that there are people that may have thought that they were gonna make certain monies but didn't do the work. So I'm being very sincere about the sensitivity of, can you have been someone that thought that you were gonna make millions of dollars and didn't make it? But if you were real, did you do the thing that you were supposed to do to make the money? The truth is, I'm not gonna deny who I am and what I've done in real life. I'm not gonna deny what I know is real based upon what I did for me and thousands of people around the world. But again, I know for a fact that there are some people that feels like, oh my God, I didn't make any money. But then there are people that's like, oh my God, I made a lot of money. So I am very aware that you could possibly be like, man, I didn't win. But did you do the work?
I know she went into court saying that, Your Honor, I came from nothing and I was only using my life experiences. You seen that wig? We need to call that wig Bobby. That's one of her old strip cut wigs when you start going like this. You know, that's because you don't want the man to be able to recognize you in the grocery store, so you wear them type of wigs to not show your face, but they'll never forget your ass, okay, in the grocery store. But yeah, I knew she went up in there saying that. I was just overly ambitious and because our business and I was trying to inspire people, but not everybody's like that. But you knew that. And you were just focused on that almighty dollar instead of just trying to really help people and allow them to see how you do it. That's where inspiration comes, which leads me into, like I said, I do have an advertising membership, 30 people only. That's it. We already have a couple signed up already before it even went live because results speak for themselves. These are already companies that have advertised with us. Normally we charge thousands of dollars for this, but because I want to get back and I want to see my black people really win and we have the resources to do it, I said, you know what? There are some semi-businesses that are sitting at home right now who need that extra push and want that extra push. The same thing that y'all did for the sugar case lady here and why her business is booming. I want to do that for y'all, me and my team. So this is a paid subscription. You come in, and if you have more questions, you can just go to itstashak.com/makingmogul. itstashak.com/makingmogul. If you have questions about this, but what you're going to get in the program is people having access to your products. That's it. Now, how much you sell, that depends on how great your product is. It depends on how great your website is, how great your customer service is. But what I can say is that I know personally, I send customers, and winos buy, because we like to shop. As long as I put my name on it, and I make sure that I put my name on good products, y'all are going to show support. It's the whole reason why we got this library of companies that are advertising on shoptkdeals.com, because it's proven. And in order for you to consistently make money in your sleep, especially if you have a product at home, I need to bring homegirl that I started radio and she started her soap business. Homegirl got a whole distribution. And when I tell you, like, whole distribution, like company, she makes her soap out of her house, her and her husband. I was just talking about her the other day. I need to bring her on the platform on TKL so y'all can understand who she is and what she had to go through. But one thing she never stopped was selling her product. She used to bring her soap to work, and I would buy her soap. It was a charcoal soap, right? And, man, I hadn't talked to this girl in years. Oh, my God, I got to get Urban Eden. Urban, H-E-R-B-N, Eden. The best natural organic soaps you would ever do. She's not even paying me to say this. But I'm telling you, I've been using the soap for years. And she has this charcoal soap that's amazing, especially for black skin. And that's what she wanted to do, was make soaps that didn't over dry black people's skin. And to see her in a distribution with hundreds of employees shipping out soap worldwide, and she started with me when I first started in radio, to see where we are, we were literally just giving each other a dab like last year in the DM, like, yo, man, we really made it. And that's a success story in its own. And so we know the power of you got to do your part. I do my part. A great salesman like myself, okay, and entrepreneur, meeting with somebody else who has a great product and a service, it's magic. And that's all we're going to do is just create magic. But you got to meet us halfway in this. And if I find out that you're in this advertising program and you're getting consistent ads and my winos is not getting their products or their services or good service, you're gone. And so when somebody drops out, one of the 30, somebody gets in because there's somebody waiting to take your spot. Okay, so go to itstashak.com/makingmogul if you want to enter this program. It does end. We are closing down applications May 10th. So you do have to apply now because you will have to apply to get in. We're not just letting anybody in because you may not have a service or a good service or something that aligns with my brand that I want to shout out. You know what I'm saying? But you do have to apply, and once you make the cut, then you'll be working with me, and you get to meet with me once a month. There's a 3-day conference that we go to as entrepreneurs. It's sort of like the Small Business Administration, but we help each other as sisters and brothers in our own community move our own products. Okay, and so that's exactly what I'm doing, and I want to give back for a very, very low price. Because like I said, prices start over here at $5K. You ain't getting up over here unless you got $5K a month. But in this advertising program, you get a locked-in price that's affordable for everybody, okay? Any and everybody with a business can afford this. But you get priority. Priority and, how can I say, access if you're serious. Because not everybody has access to, sites like mine. But hopefully I'll see y'all. Only serious entrepreneurs in that program, okay? So make sure you have your shit together. Don't forget, guys, we are sponsored in part by... Did they restock on the sugar case on Shop TK Deals, or do I need to not advertise her because we got to get more product? What's going on? Sugar case? We ain't got none? All right, so then we got to wait till she gets some more, all right? But hold that thought. Don't forget, guys, I got my own products that's coming. So I'm excited. So I'm taking the Activate drops. I work with the Activate company. And I've taken the Activate drops and I added a metabolic stimulator into the Activate drops, because what I do is I take a series of liquid vitamins. I told y'all that. And so what this does is help to suppress the appetite. It helps for you to manage your weight. It's a natural product. A natural product, all right? And so amino acids like L-carnitine, L-orthinine, and L-glutathione help you to burn fat even when you're sleeping. I take those separate, and they only have them in pill form. So what I did was I got with the Activate company, and I said, hey, I want to create my own formula so I don't have to take all of these together, because it works, you know what I'm saying? And so they put it in liquid form for me, took it out of capsule, because a lot of the L-carnitine, L-orthinines and stuff like that, they're in pill form. They put it in liquid form. Now it's in the Activate drops. And when I tell you, we have been selling like crazy. I really do appreciate y'all, because you know these work. You can look at the website, shoptkdeals.com. This is my personal product. It's called Pluvy. So this is what my liquid vitamin drop line is going to be named, Pluvy. And we have a series of other products that are coming out. We're just waiting on permission for the labels to go on these particular products with our own formulas. And so I'm happy. I've worked also with Man Immunity to create my own CMOS line, which means I'm taking their product and amping it up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And so we have Pluvy CMOS detox drops, okay? And in this, it has dandelion, a spirulina, and milk thistle extract, okay? It also has chlorophyll. So, you know, chlorophyll is a blood purifier. It's a gut purifier. Also, the dandelion helps you to poop and stuff like that. And so, at the same time, you're giving yourself 10,000 milligrams of CMOS in liquid form, just as if you were taking a liquid vitamin. This is why I prefer drops as opposed to pills, because they're highly absorbable, and my pee ain't yellow and everything from the pill, or your body not being able to break down the pill. You absorb this by putting it under the tongue, okay? And so we got the CMOS detox drops. We got the regular CMOS drops, okay, which is in mango flavor. And we also have this CMOS collagen and biotin drops, which is for the skin. Okay, so it's got rose water, collagen, and it's got 10,000 milligrams of CMOS, 97% of the vitamins and minerals that your body needs, okay? And I don't care what nobody say, your body needs vitamins and minerals because our food lacks it. This is a liquid formula with added stimulants to help purify your skin, okay? And you know what you can do? You can take these two together. You can take a half a dropper of this, of the detox CMOS, a half a dropper of the skin. It gives you the equal amount, and boom, you got a dangerous combination. I may have to put these together, Jasmine. I may have to put these together. Okay, but if you don't need all that and you just want, you know what I'm saying, your liquid vitamins with all that in it, you could just do the regular CMOS in mango or pineapple flavor. And don't forget, guys, I keep my bottle of oil of oregano. I never leave home without it. About to take a trip tomorrow. I'll actually be, I ain't gonna tell y'all where I'm gonna be because y'all gonna be trying to do a meetup and stuff like that. And I ain't got time. I'm in and out the city, okay? Oil of oregano. Anytime I'm coming down with something. Anytime. Not 5 droppers. Let me show them how they do this real quick. Oil of oregano. Because y'all be emailing me and Tasha, it burns. Because it's strong. That's why I tell you, if you watch the videos on oil of oregano, raw oil of oregano, it's going to burn. And when they put this on parasites and viruses and bacteria under the microscope, scientists have, it kills them and eradicates them, okay? And so if this comes in contact with parasites and stuff or bacteria in your body, it won't survive. But listen, this is not... When I say 5 drops, this is filled up. When I say 5 drops, this is what I mean. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This bottle should last you a year or two. It should last you a year or two. And anytime you coming down with something, you done came in contact with something, take it. I'm not saying it cures it because I'm not allowed to say that. That's deceptive practices. But what I'm going to tell you is you'll see for yourself. Damn, Jasmine. Oh, shit. Now it's burning my lip. Shit. Burning my lip, okay? Don't forget, guys, all of this is on shoptkdeals.com. Use my coupon code TK10 to get 10% off your first order. Don't forget, guys, we're casting for shows and things that we're doing. Go to itsTashaK.com/casting if you have a story you want to tell. So look at the story so you can see if your profile fits. Again, if you want to advertise on the platform, please hit us at unWineWithTashaK@gmail.com. No. That is... What's the advertising email? Go to itsTashaK.com/advertising. itsTashaK.com and hit the advertising link, okay? And book your call if you're a business owner. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here because we got to get ready for part 2 of the show. TashaKLive.com, exclusive information on Lotto, Kiana, and 21 Savage relationship. Also going to be talking about Jada Waiter as well as Des Dior and them fighting in that club. Oh, we got some exclusive information on that. And much more. We got about 7 topics that we're going over. If you do want to see that, all right, you do have to subscribe. This content will no longer be available on the internet anywhere until it's like a year or 2 years old, okay? Head over to TashaKLive.com. You can subscribe right now. If you want to see that show, if you are new, let us know that you're new over here so we can welcome you, okay, to the dark side. All right, now I gotta go. I love y'all. Now I cuss my ass out. Not that I give a damn. Bye.
When we're stressed out about anything, including debt, there's so many other detriments to our lives, our health, our family, our friends, all can see it on us. And then when you become debt-free, you can start focusing on things that truly make you happy. It really is true happiness. I've had many individuals make up with family members after going through bankruptcy because they don't have the stress. It really changes your mindset and it allows you to have the freedom, the mental freedom to take care of what's really important. And I certainly recommend it for everybody because, as we all know, life is too short.
We don't get enough liquid D3. We don't get enough vitamin D. And so I personally have to supplement this particular vitamin D that I travel with all the time. And I make sure that I never run out of is 10,000 IUs, gluten-free, vegetarian, as a vitamin E and vitamin C base. Okay, and so it's very highly absorbable. There are some fantastic reviews on shoptkdeals.com of women who claim that they couldn't even lift their arms. And by taking vitamin D3, which helps your body to absorb calcium, and the calcium feeds the bones, they can now raise their arms, they're less pain and things like that. I am so excited. This is our part 2 interview. Corey Pritchett, AKA Corey SSG.
You say that. How you doing?
There's been so much going on with you since the last we spoke. It went from you and Carmen going through a very messy, nasty breakup and divorce. You being accused of holding people hostage at gunpoint, kidnapping. All of this happened after a date you went on with one of the girls. It wasn't even a date.
It was just a day out, just having fun, just with a girl I met at the club in Houston.
So what happened with this case that you finally beat, and the whole world had said that you were guilty before you were even given a trial, and said that you had fled because you were guilty to Dubai to get away from charges being pressed on you?
Iconic. I mean, I look at the situation, it was bigger than girls. That was a situation God put me in to get my attention and really sit me down and slow me down in life. Yeah, the girls, they was trying to set me up. There's no other way around it.
After months of planning and negotiating, I am excited to announce that shoptkdeals.com is now extended to you. If you are a creator like myself, or maybe you're just a stay-at-home mom, or maybe you're just someone that just wants to make passive income as well as main income, shoptkdeals.com now offers that invitation to you. So which means you can become an affiliate partner and make anywhere from 30 to 40% on each sale that you make on shoptkdeals.com. Okay, and so listen, I'm excited to work with you guys. I'm excited to train you guys. Not only will I be training you, we'll be hosting webinars, sales calls, and all that to make sure that we're all successful and we keep all of these brands happy. So I want you guys to stop what you're doing now. Go on over to the website, shoptkdeals.com, hit join my sales team, and I will see you guys on our sales call, okay?